Hey people, what's up? It's Jameel. Alright, so now I want to go into some more stuff about gang stalking. And this is experiences that happened to me. And for people who don't know who gang stalking is, a lot of people hear it and they think, like, what are you talking about, like the Crips and the Bloods? No, gang stalking is organized intimidation. It's called being a targeted individual. And you can Google it, there's like a bunch of stuff on it. Anyway, it happened to me because I had got into it with a bunch of secret societies in Hollywood. And so after that, my life just turned into like gang stalking. But I want to tell people like my experiences and how I beat gang stalking. And one of the first things that happened was, okay, all right, let me put it like this. I was on a bus. I was going to Phoenix. And okay, I was on a bus. I was going to Phoenix, and is it on the way to Phoenix or on the way back from Phoenix? It was on the way back from Phoenix, and it was a female, and she came and sat right next to me, and I was like, I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, is she one of the gang stalking people or not? Anyway, she sits right next to me, and then at the same time, there's another female across the aisle from her that is a gang stalking female, and but the female sitting next to me is like a real female, just like an ordinary person. And so I'm talking to her and stuff like that, and we start rapping. And I'm just like, yeah, this happened in my life, this happened in my life. I don't tell her about what's going on with me at the gang stalk. I'm just talking to her. And she starts to open up to me, and she starts to like me. And we get further in conversation. We exchange phone numbers. I mean, she starts showing me, she starts showing me pictures of herself. Like, she starts showing me what she looks like. She shows me, like, pictures of her body, like her breasts and all that stuff. Like naked pictures she had took, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, she's going to Ohio and I'm going to Michigan. Maybe she was going to Indiana. I can't remember. And I'm thinking about like, I almost wanted to like go where she was going, And she's like, she's like sitting there just talking, and then eventually, as time goes on, we get close and stuff, so I got my arm around her and stuff like that, and we're sitting there, and I'm sitting there telling her, like, how sexy she is and stuff like that, and like, guess what happens? We go to another bus stop, right? We go to another bus stop. Do you know, honest to truth, do you know these gang stalking people paid this chick? They hooked up with her and managed to pay her. And now, to be honest with you, this female, I think she had a drug problem. I don't think she was like the type of person who like smoked weed, probably like took some pills or something like that. I don't know. But anyhow, they talked to her and they were able to convince her, like, hey, we'll give you $500-$600 or $300-$400. I don't know what they offered her, but they offered her something, and this was specifically done so they could pull her away from me. And then the gang stalking people had her sit with another guy, and then I'm sitting here watching this. I can tell she doesn't even like the guy. She's just like sitting there. And I'm just like, man, the gang stalking people are out cold, man. I'm like, wow, man, you guys hit me with this. And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and at the same time I can tell like she still wants to like she acts like she still wants to talk to me, but she at the same time like they must. So I'm like, man, they must have cashed her out. They did something good for her. And so, but at the same time, back in my mind, I'm like, man, I will not allow this circumstance. I will not allow these entities to keep this and stop it. So on one end, the gang stalking people are like, this is going to ruin Jameel. This is going to put Jameel down. This is going to somehow stop Jameel. Like, we stopped Jameel in his tracks. You know what I mean? He has a girl with him and stuff like that. We took the girl. Just when they think they're shutting me down, I'm just getting into the zone. That's the whole thing about gang stalking. Just when they believe it, I will not allow these. Just when they think this has stopped me or crippled my progress, I'm just getting into the zone, and so I'm fired up. I'm like, back in my mind, I'm like, oh hell no, I'm fired up now, and the girl, she ended up losing her bus ticket. She got stranded at a bus stop. She ended up losing her ticket. And another guy who was on the bus, I didn't even know about it until afterwards. Like, the girl disappeared. The girl and the guy ended up she got left behind at the bus stop. She lost her ticket, and another friend of mine was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, man, some chick, she couldn't get on the bus." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "One of the chicks." I'm like, "What'd she look like?" He's like, "She had a green shirt on." I'm like, "Oh man, that's a whole girl." So see what I'm saying? That karma. I'm not trying to get glory off that or anything, but I'm saying the karma ended up hitting her. But then I'm like, I'm fired up. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on, and so. Next thing happens. We roll in. We're going through Indiana. Automatically, I see two younger females outside, like 18, 19, 20, stuff like that. And so I go out there, right? And I go out there, and I'm like, from now on, man, I'm just gonna tell these females like straight up what's going on. You know what I mean, with the gang stalk and stuff. As soon as I meet them, I'm just gonna tell them, you know, everything about me, everything that's going on in my life. And so at this time, the bus driver's out there, and you got to remember this. Okay, as situations are going on, everything else is going on around me. There's like all the buses got headlights on just to agitate me. When I'm on the bus going on the highway, there's like 50, 60, 70 cars with their headlights on coming towards me on the opposite aisle, all the way to Phoenix and all the way back from Phoenix. So it's not just a situation here, a situation there. At the same time that all this stuff is going on, the agitation is like they're attempting to agitate me with all the headlights and stuff, and that doesn't bother me. I got over that a long time ago. I think it's cool now, but it's like there's always stuff going on. It's like they hire people, you know, people at the bus stops will be like some of the bus stops I went to, people just be looking at me and doing on their phone like this, and looking at me and calling, like walking around, stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, there's like a million other things going on at one time when you're getting gang stalked. But anyhow, I get to this other bus stop, and I get off, and I see these two females out there, and so immediately I just jump on it, start talking to her, you know what I mean, get her phone number, everything like that. You know, I'm still texting her now, and then after that, we go further. We get back into Michigan. This is on my way back from Phoenix. We get back into Michigan. I end up getting one of the girls, a chick pulled up. The chick pulled up at this place this bus stopped at a Burger King in Kalamazoo. So everybody's just off the bus, just hanging out, talking, stuff like that. And the mother of the girl pulls up in a car with the headlights on, and so I ended up talking to the mother and getting the girl's phone number, getting her daughter's phone number, and so. I'm just like, man, your daughter, she's single? She's like, yeah, she's single. So I ended up getting her. I'm supposed to meet her later on, like not tonight, but I'm supposed to meet her. I'm still gonna meet the girl, and she was one of the girls with the headlights. So she was a gang stalking female. I never talked to her about that. I never asked her or questioned her, or even texted her and asked her about that. You know, I just leave it alone, whatever. But I'm saying you find a way to zoom in. So now when I talk to females, like this last female I've been talking to, I tell her right away, automatically. What's going on in my situation? I was just like, you know, I get gang stalked, stuff like that. I got all this stuff going on. Like right now I'm working on, you know, I beat gang stalking, but you know what I mean? And so that's just one thing you can do, you know? But it's just amazing, man. It's just amazing. It's not like today, like this morning, right now it's about 11 something. No, it's 12 o'clock a.m. But this morning, I was walking on the train tracks, and a train came with the headlights on. A small, like the caboose, the small part of the train, came with the headlights on. And that's stuff they do. See, an average person who's never heard of gang stalking would be like, man, you're tripping. Why would they go through that much stuff? I don't know where they get the funding from to make all this stuff work, but they sure got it, though. And on the train coming, I saw the guy hanging out the caboose, and he's like waving at me like this, like, hey, you know, he's being cool, so I'm being cool with him. And it's just like, this is a good thing. I don't see it as, I don't have a problem with it. This made me fired up, man. This like fired me up. Like now when stuff happens, it's like I'm just getting into the zone. When they think I'm supposed to be angry, I'm just getting fired up. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it is what it is. And just like you know, it's just so funny, man. It's just weird because last year, last year before the gang stalking stuff started, I was like an unhappy person. Now I'm very happy. And so, I'm just thankful for the gang stalking stuff. And I beat gang stalking. It's just like, anybody out there who wants to come check it out and see what I'm talking about, you can come hang out with me for a day, man. I live in Norton Shores, Michigan, United States of America. Or I can come to you, if you'll pay for it or whatever. But I'm telling you, whatever you're going through, your phone calls, electronic weapons, drugging your food, that's happened to me a few times. Being followed everywhere, like that constantly happens to me. I can go walking right now. It's 12 a.m. I'm going to be followed. It might not necessarily be by somebody on foot, but it's going to be by motor vehicle. Sometimes they put people on foot. It is what it is. But it took me a while. See, it took me a long time to get used to it, though. It took me a long time to get used to the attention. I wasn't used to. I'm like, I talk a lot on YouTube. I was talking a lot on YouTube, but in actuality, I'm a very private person. I used to be. Now I just go out and just mash through it, man. I just mash through it now. If I see, if I go by a certain area and I see a bunch of people hanging out and I know there's some gang stalking going on, I approach the people and I just kick it with them. I just talk to them, and so, it is what it is, and it's just like don't allow what you're going through. Beating gang stalking is easy. There's some people this has been happening to for like 5 years or 10 years. There's one guy on the internet, he said it was happening to him for like 20 years. And he hides his name and hides his identity and like writes books and stuff about it. I'm just like, what? Like, I'm fired up, man. We're going to be out there all summer passing out flyers, talking to people. You know what I mean? Just this summer we're going to be getting people who are doing the gang stalking. We're going to be getting them. We're going to have them put some glory to my story. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be hitting different states and stuff like that. We're going to be putting like lectures and stuff together. We're going to be out here helping people for real, man.